my name is Yolanda, and this is Eatin and Sippin Locally. This show is podcast in Austin, Texas. Hi, this is Yolanda, and welcome back to Eatin and Sippin Locally. You know, I chat with a lot of people on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but you know what's really cool is when I meet up with someone I follow. I met this guy named Gabriel. We connected last year. He had commented on a few of my posts, and then he direct messaged me to tell me that he liked what I was doing and that he too was keeping up with the local scene. He also mentioned he did 100% plant-based protein bars called Gbars, and he was about to create a festival for himself and his friends. And I thought, man, that's pretty cool. Because usually people who sell products are either selling them at farmers market or at different festivals. This guy, Gabe, said, you know what? I'm going to create my own festival. And then I'm going to bring a few of my friends along who's also selling some cool stuff. And we're going to showcase our stuff to the world. So I told him that once he gets his first place, let me know and I'll come check him out. So he did. He did his first festival in St. Marcos. And for those who don't know, St. Marcos is about 30 minutes away from Austin, Texas, going south of the city. And I went to go check him out, met his friends, had some great Gbars, really love his protein bars. And then I said, when you decide to do your second festival, you know, let me know. And so he did. He decided to do a second festival here in Buda, which is about 25 minutes away from Austin, south of the city, at Buda's very first beer brewery. It's called Two Wheels. And we'll talk a little bit more about them in another show. But his second festival was a really great success. And he started to continue to have his festivals at this place. And his festivals are called Keep It Local Fest. How appropriate is that? I love it. So when I decided to do my podcast and I wanted to interview somebody, my first thought was with Gabe. So I direct messaged him and asked him, would he interview with me? And he said yes. And so this would be my first interview on my show, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. This will be my first interview on my new show. And when we got together, we both were very nervous. So that was even better, you know, because I think it made for a good interview. So I hope you enjoy this interview as much as we did making it for you. And here's my friend, Gabe. Hi, Gabe.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going really well. Do you remember how we connected?
On Instagram, if I remember.
Yeah, you were doing, what picture? Was there some kind of picture you were looking at that did I connect to you or you connect to me?
I think I just saw that you were around the area, the Buda Hayes area. Mm-hmm. And then I was throwing the festival at the time. And that's how I remember seeing your stuff.
Yeah, you tell me about your Gbars and stuff. And you were about to do a local fest. I went down to... your first festival was in St. Marcos, right?
Yes, it was.
Was that Aqua Brewery?
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to start doing a local fest?
Well, I've been selling the bars for a few years, and then, I don't know, I was just kind of thinking, what can I do different that no one's really doing at this time in this area? I was always like, I used to tell my brother, man, I wish I could just throw a festival one day, just like have people I know come out and just this kind of stuff. And then I've always thought about it, and I just thought, man, breweries are real big at this time also. So I was like, if I could find a nice brewery and then if I could find vendors that I used to know from like different markets that I've done come out and do it, then why not?
That sounds great. Well, before we get too into the interview, why don't you introduce yourself and tell people what your social media platform is?
All right, my name is Gabriel. I make and sell Gbars. They're energy bars that I make here in Kyle. My Instagram is @GbarEnergy, and my email is gbar323@yahoo.com.
Do you Snapchat as well?
I have my personal one, but not really for like the bars and stuff.
Yeah. Do you blog?
No, I don't.
Before the interview, I asked Gabe to bring in two of his favorite Gbars and to tell us a little bit more of how the Gbar business got started.
Today I brought in the newest flavor that I have is the coffee mint.
Ooh,
And then I
okay.
also brought the bestseller, which is my berry bar.
That's your bestseller?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
And I have
open it
one
up
more
and take a
flavor
look.
that's a chocolate chip, but then these two are like the bestsellers right now.
Okay, let's try the berry.
All
Let's try
right.
the bestseller. The coffee sounds good though too.
So this one has cranberries and cherries in them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's a beautiful brown color. And oh, look at that. It's nice and moist. And
And I like to keep them in the fridge or the freezer.
is that the best way to preserve them?
Yes, they'll stay good for weeks if you keep them in the freezer.
Okay, let's try it. Taste the berries. What kind of nuts are these?
Actually, there is almonds, walnuts, pecans, pumpkin seeds,
Oh wow,
all different kinds.
that's pretty good. It's good. How did you get started with this G bar thing?
Well, a few years ago, me and my brother watched a documentary called Forks Over Knives,
Love that
and
documentary.
it really got us interested in like healthy lifestyle, like of eating and kind of just bettering like or like kind of know what you're eating. So it was real good, and then so we decided to go vegan for a few years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just because of that documentary?
Mm-hmm. And then my one of our uncles had passed away from diabetes,
Oh.
and that's why we watched that movie.
Is that something that runs in your family?
Kind of, yeah. And so like my parents got us into that movie, and then they showed us that, and then we really got into because we were already into food,
Right.
and then so we just learned a lot, and then so we were eating healthy. We went vegan for a few years. We started making these for ourselves, just like as a vegan snack, and then all our friends would come over. They'd see them on our fridge, and then they're, oh, what are these? And we're like, oh, just like some bars we just made like for ourselves, and then like, man, everyone likes these a lot. And we just used to make one flavor. And I was like, man, let's try to make a different flavor and kind of like just package them. And then I met this guy, Gordon, and Kyle. He owns a Sustain a Cycle. And then he was throwing a market. And so we're like, oh, let's just try a market. And then that's how it started.
So let's go back a little bit. Were you into cooking?
Yes. Actually, I've been a cook for 13 years already.
Wow.
Yes. I started at Texas Roadhouse, actually.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
In Kyle?
No, in Austin, in South Park Meadows.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to culinary school, and I worked at different restaurants here and there. And then so I've always been to food.
On your Instagram, you were taking us back to a little bit of how you first started. What made you really think that you can actually start this as a business? Was it because of your friends thought they were so good and you thought you can actually do something like that?
That and me and my brother at the time, we just had like a real like a business that we wanted to do something like ourselves because we worked in a restaurant together for so many years. And we're like, right, we could do this ourselves. So like we started the bars, and eventually we got a food truck or like a food trailer that we had in Buda for a few years.
Really?
Yeah, it was called Gbars.
Oh yeah, I saw that. So what were you selling on the trailer?
So we had like the same logo, and then we stayed away from beef, chicken, and pork. And we did bison burgers, we did like shrimp tacos, we did breakfast burritos, and just stuff like that. We didn't have no cheese.
You say real clean, real healthy.
And we got everything from like local places like Great Gardens. We got some of our vegetables from them, or Wheatsville. We just went to like farmers markets and got ingredients.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What year was that?
Like 2015. And we just had it open for like a year and a half, and then we sold it.
Why?
Just my brother got married. He didn't really want to do so much anymore.
Okay.
And then so I went off and I started doing it back to the bars. Okay. And that's when I changed the logo to what we have right now. It's kind of like I told the guy, I want the same, like the gorilla, but like our old one was just kind of plain. I want more detailed. And then that's how I got this new one.
Yeah. Oh my God. So why didn't you just didn't think pursuing the truck by yourself was a good thing?
It was rough. It's hard. It's hard.
Not easy.
It's a lot of running around, and then it's a lot of stuff before just the cooking.
Yeah.
It's like you got to do the ingredients. You got to like promote it. Just be there all the time. Having a like a normal job on the side. It's a lot. It's
funny how people can say, "Oh, that's easy. I can do something like that." It's like, no, it really isn't.
I mean, I could do it, but now I have a girlfriend and a baby, so it's even harder now to do it by myself. If I had like a partner or like 2 or 3 people helping me, I would want to do it.
You would need a couple partners.
Me and Margaret talked about getting a food truck one day.
Oh, go back to it?
Soon, hopefully.
So I like the G Bros turned out to be now Gbars and stuff. And that was something you could do without your brother.
Exactly. I don't want to do it without him, but it's just how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He doesn't have any interest anymore?
Nah, he's just kind of doing his own thing now.
Okay.
But now I got Margaret to help me and Leo coming up soon.
Yeah. Yeah. And Leo's your son
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And how old is he?
He's about to be 11 months.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, this is a good way to start him off on a healthy.
Oh yeah. So far we've only given him fruits and vegetables. He hasn't had any like
sweet candy or any of that.
He just drinks organic formula.
That's a great way to start.
One thing I was curious about, but sad I didn't ask more questions, was about his gorilla logo he has on his packaging. But I did ask him to share some of his positive and negative response he gets from people who've actually tried his protein bars.
I always thought that your gorilla base was based, well, it is based on just from healthy eating and
I say it's
vegetarian
based on
stuff.
different things, what you want to think.
Okay.
Like I used to like it for like the other kind of gorilla, kind of like we're doing like something different than other people, like, you know, like the other word.
Okay.
The other spelling.
Oh, Guerrilla.
So like kind of like we're doing our own thing, like not mainstream, kind of like by ourselves. We got to promote the healthiness.
Right. Right. Oh, okay.
And people weren't used to that in Buda at first. Now it's a whole different place now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Back then, a few years ago, it was way different.
Yeah. People weren't too much into the health kick, were they?
The bars fit in way better now.
Yeah. Do you still feel like you have to educate people, though, on what your bars are?
Sometimes. Not as much, though. People really know more now than they used to.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because like documentaries and like Netflix and stuff kind of helps people. Because all this stuff was out there, we just never knew.
Yeah.
Like now with the internet and like YouTube and documentaries, now we can learn anything we want.
Right. Exactly. And it's much cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
So people always, when you start your own business, there's always somebody with some great comments or something. What is one of the most negative comments you've probably got about your bars?
I don't think I really got a negative, but I used to give samples out, and then people was just like, oh, like, you know, like people that don't like it as like healthier food, they think it's like extra healthy, which is not like, they're just like normal ingredients, but people are like, oh, they see it's like healthy, organic, or natural ingredients, and they get kind of weirded out by those words. So, but when they taste it, I feel like, and then just, I don't know, I feel people, they just don't like them. Yeah. They'll tell me that like, it's not a bad thing, like a little kid will like spit it out or something, but most people, I'd say 90% people love them.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You got that 1% that spits it out.
And exactly.
Do you think does that affect the way you change your bars?
Oh, no.
You stay true to what you want to start?
They've been the same for the whole time. I never changed anything about them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They've been exactly the same. The only thing I changed was the size. Because I bought I used to just cut them by hand. Like I would freeze them, cut them by hand, package them. Now I bought like a tray, or I put them in there and press them out, and I could just pop them out now. So it's way easier and faster. Yeah. And they're just like, there used to be like longer and more like a rectangle shape. Okay. And now there's more like a square.
Let's try the coffee one.
All right. This is the newest one. I had everybody on Instagram vote what flavor they wanted.
Yeah, I was part of that. I shout out for the coffee. I did.
It's a popular thing right now. So this one has chocolate covered coffee beans and a mint essential oil.
It smells really good. Does it have cinnamon in it?
Mm-hmm. They all have cinnamon.
You can smell it stronger in this one.
And actually, I put a little extra cinnamon in this one, just because like the chocolate and the coffee, it goes really well with it.
Do you think your bars give you energy?
Oh, for sure. They have everything you need, like oats. Like in the morning, say if you eat one in the morning, you got your oats, you got all different kinds of nuts, peanut butter, coconut oil. I put a plant-based protein powder.
Oh,
And then also hemp milk.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite.
That gives it the moisture?
Yeah. That and the peanut butter and the coconut oil. I kind of mix all of them together and then put all the dry stuff in with it.
Yeah, that's really good. So when do you think you'll start selling in stores?
Hopefully within the next year or two. I want to. But there's a lot of like rules and regulations you have to go through. I've tried a couple different places, but I make them at my house, so I have to like make them in a commercial kitchen and like have like all the facts and all that kind of stuff. So right now I do markets and stuff, so it's not like that. I don't know. I want to try to do it soon.
Now, do you need a health code certificate or anything to sell these?
These no, because they're not cooked or baked or anything. They're just raw. So I'm not really doing anything to like change the the chemical balance of them or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing.
There's there's a few rules that, and like if you don't make so much money off of them, you don't have to like do all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's why right now I keep it kind of simple for myself, but later on I do want to get where I have to like
more technical into it and do it.
And I want to try to find like a commercial kitchen where I can make like big batches at a time.
Yeah.
After we finished eating the berry and the chocolate mint bar, which by the way were very good. FYI, I'm a big fan of the chocolate mint bar. My next question to Gabe would be, how does he find the time to do his protein bars and also put on a local fest at the same time?
That's why I keep I do the festival so I could have other vendors come by. I can still keep my bars going at the same time.
Yeah, I like your idea of the Keep It Local Fest. That's a really great idea. How do you find that balance, though, between doing your bars and doing this local fest?
Well, so I have the festival once a month, and then so I make my bars once a month right now.
Oh, okay.
So I make my bars, take them to the festival. Whatever I don't sell there, I kind of like I had a different event this past week, and I'll take the ones I didn't sell there.
Okay.
Or if someone says they want more, I'll make more for them or something.
Your Keep It Local Fest. It started at the Aqua Brewery, and now it's moved over to Austin. Not Austin. We're in Buda. And Buda's first brewery called Two Wheels Brewery, and they have seemed to be. This has seemed to have taken off.
Oh yeah.
Over there, are the same vendors that you had in St. Marcus? Did they move over to Buda?
A couple did, and like every festival, I'll ask like the vendors like, oh, you want to come back? Or some say yes, some say no. Some say I'll go to the next one. Like so, I've had same vendors and then different vendors at the same time every time. Like there's been the same ones like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and then. I'm always looking for new vendors, and people call me or email me all the time or message me on Instagram. That's a good thing. I never run out.
That is really good. And I noticed when you wanted to get your flyer done, you also reached out to your Instagram and your Facebook people. I think that's the best way to.
A lot of people they wanted to help. Like right away, my old teacher that he sells his paintings and sing, Mr. Broom. He's like, oh, he used to be my computer teacher, and I forgot. I was like, oh. He can help me. And then, so he made like a flyer that the Facebook one that I had, he made that one for me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get another guy he's from Houston. And then I just see like, he does like a bunch of like, for like rappers, like the album covers or the single covers, like kind of like that. And I got him, he does that, like the other ones I do. Like the one I had last time, he does those. Like,
yeah, that was that green one you're speaking of. Yeah, that was really beautiful. Yeah. I thought Ruthie from Two Wheel Brewery was doing the flyers. She did.
She does. Yeah, we do. We kind of switch. I kind of switch back and forth. Kind of just change it up a little bit. Like she's doing the one for this month, and then she just sent it to me today, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's nice. She does good. I think she gets better every time.
yeah. I like all your flyers, and I love posting them on my Instagram and getting feedback from it. Yeah,
I want people to be ready for like the next one, and that's how I clean all the vendors that are going to be there, so people like can see what's coming up.
Yeah. So how do you get bands there?
Is
that something
Ruthie actually she books the band, and she'll kind of ask like, oh, what time do you need it for? And then she books them for me.
Oh, that's good.
But we've had the same one a couple times, and then my teacher, Mr. Broom, will play a few times, and then he's actually like a regular now at Two Wheel. He'll play like not just my festival, he'll just play like anytime they need him.
That's good. That takes you a little away from trying to book a band, trying to do vendors,
it helps out
trying
a lot.
to make your bar.
And then they have that food truck there, the Nagy Texan.
Yes.
They're always there, so it helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Having a band and that, and then the festival, it just makes it way better.
Yeah, it does make it way better. And you plan on moving to some other locations as well, or are you going to try and stick with one place and get it kind of a foundation for it?
Well, at first I was like, I didn't know like how this was going to like turn out. I started in January at Two Wheel. And I booked until May. Okay. So after May, I think I want to say I don't know yet.
It's okay.
I'm gonna keep the festival going, but I might book at Two Wheel or I might go somewhere else. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about this.
Yeah. You can relocate it if you want to, especially if you got the people still in that same area. Now, is most of your vendors, are they coming from St. Marcus and Buda, or they got some coming from Austin as well?
It's actually, yes, from like Austin, South Austin, San Marcos, Buda, Kyle, just all the surrounding area. I want to just have people like that kind of like I'm familiar with, that I kind of know, that I've done markets with, or like sometimes I have like friends from high school. They're like, "Oh, I started doing this. Can I kind of come out? And I've never done a market before. Can I come out and do it?" Like, yeah, like come out. Like, what do I need? Like, just bring a table and your stuff, and then come out and sell. And then they're like, "Oh, for real? That's all you need?" I was like, "Yeah, just that's all you need." And so I've had like a few friends that like they've never done anything before, and then they just come out and then they love it because like they're not used to it, and but they have their stuff they want to like show people.
So you like helping other people. It's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Because I used to look for markets all the time for myself, like when I first started out, and I only did the Buda farmer market for like a long time.
Oh, you did?
Okay. So I did that for a while, and then I was like, I love the Buda farmer market, but I was like, I want to do some different stuff too, and that at the same time. So I'll do like I've done markets like where I took the bars to like 6th Street, like the festivals down there. I've done like we done just all kinds of different ones at breweries, at the parks.
That's been pretty cool. I love that when I first met you, you're like, I'm thinking about starting it, and now you're and now you're doing it, and and you were even in the Impact Mac paper about the festival as well.
Yes, I was.
How did that feel?
It was good. That's the second time I've been in, actually.
As we got closer to the end of the interview, I asked Gabe to share some of the things he used that make his life easier. I called this part, Share What You Know.
Can you recommend one app that you use?
An app? I don't really use too many apps. I use like Instagram and Snapchat, and like maybe like like you're saying, like my favorite ones are like the cash ones now. The cash app, like Venmo and PayPal, because people can pay me directly.
Yeah, that's always
in the old days when I first started, it was not possible.
Yeah.
My next question to Gabe was, name us one person that you follow on Instagram or Facebook, and why should we follow them?
People that really like motivate me are like rappers, but not like new rappers, but like mostly like Texas rappers. I'd say like a lot of like Houston and like here from Austin, stuff like that.
What's your favorite?
So I have a few, but the ones that I'll tell you the most that I've always like, there's a guy named ESG. He's a rapper from Houston. He's at ESG World, but he has like 150,000 followers, and then he's like, I've listened to him for a while. He's like he's from the 90s, but I messaged him before, like just asking like about the bars, like festivals and stuff, and he's actually messaged me back all the time, and we've talked for a while, and then he always reposts like the flyer for the festival.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And I'm surprised every time, but he reposts every time. But so that's one of mine. But my two, there's one called Chameleonaire. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
No, I haven't.
So he's a rapper from Houston, but he got, I guess, like kind of tired of rapping. So he went to California to do like tech stuff. And now he started like his own app. It's called Combos. I don't know if you've ever heard of that app.
No, Combo. What does it do?
Well, you could just like FaceTime with the celebrity and ask him a question. And like if the celebrity has that app, they'll answer you back, and like you can just talk to celebrities like.
No kidding. What is that app called?
Combos, like CONVOZ.
Oh.
He is like the one that motivated me for like my first logo. Like gorilla has just like it's kind of like a outline of a gorilla.
Yeah.
So he has an outline of a lizard, like chameleonaire, like a chameleon.
Oh, okay.
And then he just put it on everything. Like he put it on like hats, shirts, his CDs, like in the background and stuff. So that's what got me like, man, I can put my logo everywhere. Like I was like, I make shirts, I made hats, I made koozies. I put it on like on the flyers all the time. I just try to put it everywhere. And that's what he kind of like motivates me. And then also like I used to tell my brother, we don't have to just be about energy bars. Like we could do like, we did food, like we make shirts. Like we don't have to just, now I got the festival.
Right.
Like it's more than just like the bars are cool, of course, yes. That's what got me like talking to people and into everything. But like, I'll have to stick with the same thing always. Like he kind of showed me like he could be a rapper, he could be an app maker.
Yeah, he could do multiple things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like but for me, I love the eating and sipping. It's like, but there's so many multiple facets to that, that I could take it so far. Do I want to stay real healthy, or do I want to stay in a different form? That's a good thing. So do you think? Did you find yourself? Did you feel like you spend a lot more money on T-shirts and stuff like that without selling them, or were you giving them away, or how were you able to finance that?
I sold them. Sometimes I do like a pre-order. So like I'll tell people, if you want a shirt, give me so much, and then so that way I have the money, and then I just use like the money I make from the bars and then whatever I sell like merchandise wise to just keep going to the next thing.
Okay.
Like I try not to use like my own personal money.
Yeah.
It's just all from straight profit.
Have you ever saw anybody walk around that you did not know with your hat on or your
a bunch
t-shirt?
of times.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Tell me how that feels.
It's like, so me and my brother used to work at Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
So like all like the servers and the kitchen people are our age. So they always have cash. Like, you know how your servers always have cash.
Always.
So we would take bags of the bars to the Roadhouse and sell the servers. Like, and then so we got real popular at Roadhouse. So I started selling shirts to like all the people there. And then like I'd go to another job and someone's like, "Oh, I saw your shirt on so and so, and then I saw your hat over here," and like I don't know, it's just crazy. Like people are just like years later they'll tell me, "Oh, I saw this here," and
Isn't that a great feeling?
And then people I know like that I sold shirts to like years ago, they'll still have the shirts, and then they'll still wear them to the festivals or like wherever I'm at. They'll wear a shirt or a hat.
I was gonna wear your shirt today. I don't have it on. I left it over a friend's house, and they said, "Oh, that's a pretty cool shirt." And I go, "You know what? But I'm going to get my shirt back, and I'll get you a shirt. How about that? Because you can't fit it.
I want to make more for the summer, hopefully.
Oh, I think it'd be great.
But I always like to like include something like kind of like positive or something like local, kind of like on our old shirts. We used to kind of like say our old saying used to be "Say no to GMOs, come eat at Gbars."
Oh, what?
That was our old logo like on our shirts we had on the back.
I like that. Say that again.
Say no to GMOs, come eat at Gbars.
Oh. That was great.
So stuff like that. And on the back of my shirt, I have Austin. No one ever includes San Marcos, Buda, Kyle. So I put them all on the back of my shirt.
I think that's very, very important, because we like to wear stuff where we're from, And
everyone's always all about Austin, of course.
Yeah. But there's a lot going on in Hays County, man. And we need to continue to put that out there and stuff. Name one restaurant here so you're in Kyle or you?
I live in Kyle.
You're in
closer
Kyle.
to San Marcos, but I used to live in Austin. I moved to Buda, lived in Kyle, and now I'm closer to San Marcos. Okay. So I lived all.
Yeah, I've moved around. Okay, but what's one great restaurant here in Hays County that you like? That
Hays
you
County?
Enjoy? Yeah.
So let me see. Right now, I really like the Buzz Mill. They just built one in San Marcos. It's from Austin, but they're open 24/7. And then they have pretty much a all vegan menu. They have like other stuff, but most of their stuff's vegan. And then they have like vegan burgers, like vegan queso, vegan breakfast. They have like bison and like other a few other things, but they're pretty much all vegan.
The Buzz Mill.
And they're always like they have seasonal menus. And then like in Austin, I love Veggie Heaven. I see that you go there all the time.
I love that place. I'm a sucker for their cauliflower.
Yeah.
wings.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Name one thing that you need or that can improve your business that maybe some of my listeners out here can possibly help you with.
All right. Well, I've been looking for a food truck for a while. So if anyone knows any food trucks for sale. And also I've always been looking for a commercial kitchen. Like there's one in South Austin that like a lot of people go to and it's always like full. Like they're always booked. And then so that's what I've been trying to look for, just to get the bars, like you said, like to the next level.
Yeah.
Kind of sell them in stores or do something like more than just like markets and stuff.
Yeah. If somebody knows about a commercial kitchen in Hays County or south of Austin, let us know and stuff. Even touch bases with Gabe on his Instagram.
Instagram's the best way to.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you. I'm so glad that you had made the opportunity to come in and just spend some time with me and share your passion with me and stuff. Is there anything else that you would like to tell people?
Just look out for the future for what we're gonna do next. I might have a food truck. I'm gonna keep throwing the festivals. I always have the bars. Shirts coming soon.
I like it. I think I'm gonna be hanging out with you for a while, because I love your vibe and I love what you're doing.
Yeah, stay positive.
Yes, indeed, and always stay local.
Keep it local.
Connect with me through Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Eatin and Sippin Locally. Love to see what you're posting and who you're following. And if you'd like to come on the show, check out my webpage at Eatin and Sippin, that's EATIN, and Sippin, SIPPIN, locally.com. And just a reminder, I'm on the air every first and third Wednesday of the month. Subscribe to the show on Apple iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify, or wherever you download your podcast show at. And if you do, download me, please rate the show, and leave me a comment because I like to know what you're thinking. Well, until we meet again, keep it local.